My name is Alex, and although my story may not be filled with bear fights, plane crashes, or that one time I swear I saw a ghost, I still think you'll find it pretty interesting. So let me show you my life up till now, right from the very beginning. We start this tale 65 million years ago, when the dinosaurs roamed the earth. Oh no, hang on, I think that's a bit too far back. Let's bring it forward to 1995, the year of my birth. On August 12th in the south of England, little baby Alex was born. Ah, isn't he cute? Anyway, I was the first child of my family, so it was just little me, mum, and my dad. Before I had a chance to start growing up, however, I was whisked away to the mystical land of California on the west coast of America. Here, we lived in an apartment where I had a pretty fantastic race car bed. I definitely recall also having the coolest Pokemon bedsheet in existence, so go me. The best part about living there, however, was the fact that we were right next to Disneyland, and every Wednesday we would go and see Mickey Mouse, watch the fireworks at the castle, and stare longingly at the Star Wars ride, wishing I was tall enough to go on a space adventure with C-3PO and R2-D2. Unfortunately, 3-year-old Alex couldn't enjoy the beauties of Disneyland any longer because that's when my brother was born. So now it was mum, dad, me, and my little brother who wouldn't ever stop crying. But, much like myself, my brother was barely able to utter his first goo goo gaga before we were again taken across the world to the Netherlands. Here we were plonked down in a very narrow house on a very, very long street. It was a little odd suddenly being in a different country, but luckily there was a splash of England in this new place. It came in the form of the British school in the Netherlands, where I started my first year of education. Whilst we were learning the usual things, we were also taught Dutch as a second language. At the end of the year though, my family packed up our house and once more we moved back to England. Having already completed my first year in the Netherlands, I was put into second year at this small school. I was the new kid who didn't know anybody and was most definitely not accustomed to such a sudden change. The only memory I have of my time at this school was during recess, or break time as it's known in England. I had found this cool lizard pen outside that seemed to be lost and forgotten, so I was like, ah yes, winner. Little did I know that this actually belonged to another student, who saw me using it in class and without hesitation stood up and accused me of stealing it. Of course, the teachers believed them that I stole it, interrogated me to confess, and gave me detention too. It was absolutely horrible. A couple years later, and new school, new friends, including my sister, who was born super ill and had to spend several months in hospital under intensive care. She's right as rain now though, so don't worry. Anyway, the family became what it currently is. Mum, dad, me, my brother, and my sister. Speaking of hospitals though, I'm reminded of when I had a bad asthma attack. I was hospitalised for several days as I couldn't breathe properly. Luckily though, I had a toy elephant to help me through the nights there. Because of my asthma, it made any intensive activity really difficult for me. I still pushed through however, and I did trampolining, diving, and even dance. Wow, was I active back then. An event that every kid would look forward to was the production the school would put on each year. Up next was the classical music Oliver, and I decided to audition for Oliver himself. And so I sang my heart out and I got the part of a broom sweeper. Wow, was I upset. My chance for fame was not lost, however, because a competition came along in high school to design the screensaver for the computers. I spent hours drawing a picture, entered it in, and actually won. It was pretty cool to see my design on every screen on campus. I even got a gift card for a shop, so I was super happy with myself. Being a child of limited physical activity during recess though, I would often spend my time on the library computers. And this is where I discovered the wonders of Roblox and Minecraft Classic, the foundations that got me to where I am today. One summer though, the library was renovated and I was able to meet an idol of mine. To cut the ribbon, Sir Terry Pratchett, a famous writer, was invited to do the honour. I was luckily able to talk to him and he even signed a copy of The Colour of Magic, my favourite book of his. I finished high school with brilliant grades, but I actually failed one course, art. I was destroyed because that was what I wanted to make a career with. Then, moving on to the world of college, I was actually accepted into their art course as I had applied even though I failed in high school, and I had a love-hate relationship with college though, as I found most of the lessons so stupendously boring. When I was supposed to be doing homework, I would actually be making Minecraft videos at home. I loved doing that and would put a million times more effort into them than college work, and because of that, the videos were pretty amazing. In art class, however, I was definitely in my element, and at the end of college, I passed the course. This made me so happy, and it's all because of a bunch of crows that I drew. So, with my college certificates in hand, it was time for university. I joined the course for coding and game making because it was my dream to make awesome games for people to enjoy. Unfortunately though, the course was terrible and I had to quit at the end of the year, and so now I was out of education with no idea what I was going to do with my life. Luckily though, I received a tweet from a YouTuber's channel manager and I ended up with an editing job, just like that. During this job, I worked for several really popular YouTubers, a couple of which I'd even been watching when I was younger, some who even had over 6 million subscribers. In my time during this job, I edited over 500 videos, which is absolutely crazy. Then, in January of 2016, my life changed. Suddenly, I was in the company of several other people whose dream was to also be successful on YouTube. These guys, as you may know, were Dennis, Coral, Sub, and Fletch, and together, we created what is now known as the Pals channel. Then Sketch a bit later on joined. Sorry dude, nearly forgot about you. Anyway, several months later, and the group channel was a success. We then made our separate channels right before the summer and gave it our all to make them work. It was hard and took a lot of effort, but before too long, we had made our dreams come true. I was able to quit the editing job that I still had and actually become a full-time YouTuber, a dream of mine ever since I was a child. Later that year, in September of 2016, I made a massive decision in my life. To some of you, this event may seem fairly trivial, but to me, it was the hardest thing I had ever done. I gathered the courage, and with a steel I had never known before, I prepared myself for what I was about to do. Then, to my family and friends, I came out as gay. I'm honestly so lucky to have people in my life who provided me with overwhelming support, and I love them all the more for it. Had I been scared of their reactions, I think I really would have struggled to come out at all. So I'd like to say, make sure you spread the love, because with that you can really help people to be comfortable with who they are. As of this video, my channel has over 800,000 amazing subscribers, without whose support I would not be enjoying the dream I'm living. Because of that, I'd like to say thanks to every one of you. Yep, that's right. Whether past, present, or future fans, you really do rock my world. Make sure you stay awesome too, as that's a pretty big part of reaching your future goals. So, until next time everybody, thank you for watching, and goodbye.